Alright, ladies and gentlemen, it is Tuesday evening. I am leaving dinner. Actually, I've been going to Mama's Kitchen, I think? Mama's Kitchen Family Restaurant. Came here after the gym the other night, and they have a lot of stuff on the menu for a dieter. I was kind of surprised. Most smaller mom and pop restaurants don't really cater to the diet crowd. It's all fried this and greasy that, but they've got they've got a grilled pork chop dinner, which is real grilled pork chops, no grease. And then they do what they call basted eggs. They take, like I asked for over medium. So they crack the eggs on the grill with no butter, no oil, no grease, no nothing. On the flat top, they crack them on there. They throw like a pie pan, but a little round pie pan, over the top of it, and they spray water underneath it on the superheated griddle. So it basically steams the eggs. It cooks them with superheated steam instead of direct heat. So they don't get dry, they don't stick, and they come out really flavorful. A little bit of salt and pepper, and they're absolutely delicious, and they're not greasy. There's nothing added to them. They're pure protein. They don't add any butter flavored ham or anything else. It's just straight heat and steam. And they're delicious, and they're, really good, really nice flavor. And, and I get the pork chops. When I told the lady, I said, I'm on a diet, so I'm trying to watch what I eat. So she's like, oh, we'll try the basted eggs. You'll like them, and there's no grease and fat. And I'm like, well, okay, I'll have that. I'll have the grilled pork chops. She trimmed the fat off of them for me. And then she's like, well, you can have bowl fries or hash browns. She goes, but if you want, I can make a little fruit bowl for you. A little, bowl of fruit. I'm like, well, yeah, that'd be freaking excellent, thanks. And, unsweet tea. And she brought my food out, and she brought me the fruit bowl. She goes, oh, I gave you watermelon, cantaloupe, honeydew, and strawberries. So because I know you can't have, she'll usually have pineapple and banana in there, but if you're on a low sugar diet, she's like, you can't have pineapple and banana, right? And I'm like, well, yeah, absolutely, you're right. I can't have those. There's too much sugar in them. So, she's looking out. Not only is she offering me great food choices, but then she's looking out for me in my diet. She knows what I can and can't have, and what a person dieting like myself can and can't have, and she's, making suggestions and making offerings, and actually custom made me a fruit dish that would match my diet. That's just damn good customer service and damn good food. I am completely, I was so content with the food. I was happy with it. It was delicious. And it's just, I don't know. I guess in today's world you're not used to seeing such excellent customer service from somebody. But it was excellent, and the food's excellent, and the service was outstanding and whatnot. So, but I'm home now. Oh man, I'm sore. But yeah, gonna take myself in the house, and I'm gonna sit down and soak in a warm bath. I was physically abused yesterday. I decided to, I was mad and I was angry yesterday afternoon, and I decided to go to the gym, Up to Lifestyles, to use their heavy bags. Because that's what I like, that works for me when I get mad, when I get upset, I'm pissed off at the world. I go and I beat the crap out of the heavy bag. I get the trainer there, and he yells at me and helps me work out my anger, get over it. And he's like, oh, and I get all tired. It's an excellent workout. And once in a while, you'll be there, and some muscle-bound douchebag will, be like, hey, you want to spar, bro? You want to spar? Come on, man, you want to spar? And they're all people who think they're boxers, who think, just because they can put on the gloves and step into the area, they don't have a ring, they just got the area marked off on the floor. And they think just because they can get in this, thing with the headgear and the gloves on, and that they watched Rocky, so they're boxers, right? And I'm not a boxer. I don't do finesse. I'm a brute force kind of guy. So usually I get in the ring with them and I beat the crap out of them because I can. And I feel better. Well, last night last night I got called out by a little Puerto Rican chick, about 5'3", maybe 120, maybe 130 pounds. I don't know. I'm sure I'm not gonna ask her. But she was like, hey, you want to spar? Do some practice boxing? And I'm like, well, no, I've got 100 pounds on you, and I've got 5 inches of reach, and I said, no, it just wouldn't be fair. And my trainer's like, well, yeah, but she's actually a boxer. She had boxing training. She actually knows how to box. I'm like, really? That's cool. And I'm like, well, I told her, I said, are you sure? Because, there's a size difference between us, and whatever. She's like, well, no, that'd be cool. We can just give it a go. And we got all suited up, headgear, big extra padded gloves, whole 9 yards, and got in the ring, and she beat the piss out of me. I mean, she was quick on her feet. She, I'd throw a punch and get hit 4 times in return. It was awesome. I mean, it was bloody awesome. She actually bloodied my nose last night. In my whole life, 36 years, I've never broken my nose. I'm quite proud of that. I've done a lot of stupid things, and I've taken a lot of damage to my body, but I've never broken my nose. I've only had, I've had it busted. I've had nosebleeds a couple times. I've been, shaken up, but I've never actually broken my nose. Well, she kept telling me to quit holding back, to quit pulling my punches, because I was only throwing about quarter power punches at her. Because, I'm just a guy. I'm a sexist. She's a woman. She was little. But I would do the same thing if it was a little guy. If it was a dude that size, I wouldn't want to fight him either. So she's like, you need to quit holding back. And I was like, no, screw that. And then she hit me with a freaking 4-punch combo. 2 shots to a shot to the stomach, 2 jabs to the face, and then a freaking right hook. And she busted my nose. I was bleeding, and my eyes were swelling up a little bit. Luckily, I was able to put an ice pack on my face and not get black eye. You get black eyes. They're dark. They're bruised, but they're not black. They're not shiners. But and I said, okay. She's like, she stunned me. We did 6 rounds total. 3 minute. We did 6 3-minute rounds like a regular boxing match. And in those 3 rounds, she put me on my ass 3 times. 3 separate rounds. She put me flat on my ass with a nice combination. And so, I put her on hers once or twice. She told me to quit pulling my punches. So I threw a set of about half power punches. I pulled, I was throwing them about half strength. And I rang her bell. I actually lifted her off. I hit her with a left to the body, left to the face, and an uppercut. And she came off the ground. I actually lifted her little ass right up off the mat. And she landed, and she landed. She's like, oh, and she hopped right back up. She's like, that's what I'm talking about, and like all excited. Yeah, scary chick. But it was a lot of fun. Excellent workout. I am so sore today. My face hurts. My sinuses are still swelled up. My ribs are killing me. I take a deep breath and my ribs hurt. But man, such a great workout. Then we had dinner. We left there and went and sat down and had dinner together. Talked for like 3.5, 4 hours. Sat there and talked as the place closed. It was a really good time. And she actually called me to work today. She goes, hey, you come back to the gym? And I'm like, no. I said, I'm going home and taking a hot bath, and hopefully, maybe if I'm not peeing blood tomorrow, I'll come back by the gym and we can have another go. But yeah, it was a really good time. And boxing is a hell of a workout. It's full body, every bit of being used. And that's why we only went 6 rounds. I was done. I was exhausted. I had done about 4 rounds with the heavy bag before that, and that was nothing compared to doing 6 rounds with her. Because every time, heavy bag, I can move, I can duck, I can weave, I can look like I know what I'm doing, but I couldn't get away from her. She'd go to swing, and I was getting to where I could see her punches coming, and I could dodge and weave, but I would weave to the right, and there's 2 more punches coming at me. She was quick hands. But I would say, all in all, I'd say we're probably evenly matched. Because while I may hit her, if we fought toe-to-toe, if it was a real, honest-to-God fight, I would beat her. Because I'm just that much stronger than she is. She would beat the crap out of me, but once I got my hands on her, she'd be done. It's one of those things. Speed can only take you so far, and if it was a real boxing ring, I'd bull rush her into the corner and just beat the shit out of her. But, we're not about winning the fight. It's about sparring and getting a good workout. And I kept her on her toes. I'd say I gave as good as I got. She was peppering me with good shots, but when I did hit her, she felt it. She would get rocked back off her feet. when I did hit her, and that was still only half power. You know, I don't want to throw full power punches at her because I'd probably break her. But it was a good time. It was a bloody good time. I mean, I'm hurting today. I'm just now getting home. It's dark, as you can see. I'm going to go and, I'm actually going to take my phone and I'm going to plug it in and I'm going to sit down. I'm going to read. I'm going to stretch out in the bathtub, fill it with nice hot water, and I'm taking a couple Tylenol and I'm going to bed. I mean, she fucking whipped my ass. She did. She threw a beat on me, but it was fun. It was a good time. I mean, I'm sore, but I'm not permanently damaged. I mean, I can feel it. And I'm sore from all the activity as well. I mean, I'm bruised from her punching me, but I'm also just straight tired and sore from all the, I mean, that was a good hour and a half of straight adrenaline, throwing punches, dancing around. I mean, it was good. I mean, if you ever have to choose on doing a exercise that works your whole body, stick with boxing. Whether it's a heavy bag, whether it's, you know, Kempo on P90 or something like that, do boxing. It's a full body workout and you will feel it. It's awesome. But anyway, skeeters are getting a little active, so I'm gonna shimmy inside and have myself a nice hot bath. Try to recover from getting beat down by a woman half my size. So good night, everybody. Love ya. Later.